The Sports Show with Cody Mack.
The right button. I know how to slide up all the buttons, ladies. You heard the guy. It's the Sports Show, Cody Mack, ESPN Radio 97.7 and 100.1 on a Tuesday. This time next week, I'll be drunk. No, I'm just kidding. It's like Christmas Eve. So is it the week before Christmas Eve, the most magical day of the holiday calendar, the week before Christmas Eve. And we're here doing some sports. We're going to do memories of old. We're going to hear from Jim Boeheim, right? What? Not like live, but he was live at one point a couple hours ago. We can also talk anything you want on the telephone, 315-437-7644, as we're here broadcasting from the Harding Mazzotti studio for ESPN Radio. As, like I said, it's a Tuesday. It's wanting to get cold out there, but the temperatures are hovering. So we're going to get a little bit of snow for, Wegmans Lights on the Lake. Because it is a Taco Tuesday. Sorry, I'm reading some injury report updates on Patrick Mahomes on the Sports Center as he has a high ankle sprain. And I don't think he plays against the Texans on Saturday, right? Bills fans, right? I don't know. Geez, we're already talking football. We can't jump into the show quite yet. What are we doing? Dun, dun, dun. All right, yeah, now, like I said, Patrick Mahomes, though, I don't think he plays versus the Texans. I think they're going to get a big old heaping of Carson. Oh, how you doing there? Oh, there we go. And there's that. Big old heaping of Carson Wentz on Saturday, the Texans. As we'll probably try to dive into that Thursday because I won't be here Friday. I'm going to get holidays started a little early, but then come back Monday. I don't understand how vacations work. Okay, now that we are off and running, make sure you're headed over to qsportstalk.com as well if you want to look in live. As pretty soon, spoiler alert, little tickle tease, the studio is going to have some different things and different looks, I would imagine, pretty soon, as we had a thing happen a little while ago, so that was neat. More injury news. Hollywood Brown, the Chiefs see the Chiefs giveth and the Chiefs taketh away. Hollywood Brown, a guy who I thought was going to be out for the whole year with that shoulder injury, is a limited participant in Friday's practice? That doesn't even make sense because it's not Friday. Did he already do it? He already pre-practiced Friday and we didn't know about it because it's Tuesday? Well, how do you like that? So that would be good. They need that, although if it's a shoulder injury, man, you can't lift your arm up over your head. Oakley, dokely. You guys love this stuff because it is Syracuse, and there is one supreme... Oh, uh-oh, wait a minute. What do we got? Hold on. I like when stuff pops up. I like the message. Oh, wait, what do we got? I like when Jordan gives me updates here. Breaking news. Jaden Bellamy is going to enter the transfer portal. Okay, 7 minutes ago, little breaking news via Jaden Bellamy himself, but I assume Jordan out there, as he's all over things. As he says, he's beyond grateful for his time at Syracuse University and everything this program has given me. I want to thank my coaches, teammates, trainers for supporting me on this journey. I've decided to enter my name into the transfer portal with 2 years left of eligibility remaining. And then he does the emoji, which... it's praying, right? But I thought it was a high five, so that made everybody that looked like they were saying prayers that high five. Like, oh no, my grandma just got run over by a reindeer. Prayers. Nope. Grandma just got run over by a reindeer. high five. But neither here nor there. Jaden Bellamy entering the transfer portal. That's interesting as right here he has a pinned tweet that he only committed to Syracuse in this time, December 16th, 2022. All right, well, you made it through like a winter and a half. I don't blame you, bud. Good luck. I love you, Jaden. I love you so much. Speaking of guys that have kind of moved on here in the last couple years, interesting call on Orange Nation as I happen to be walking through the building as I'm here all day like a person that sleeps on a cot in another room, but don't tell anybody. And I saw Jordan going, I don't know. Jim Boeheim's on the phone. I don't know why. I don't know what to do, but he wants to go on the air. And I went, well, this is going to be good. So I tried to just get a couple minutes here because I didn't want to, give you all of it, as you can find all of the stuff, on all of our replay areas. Oh, look at that. Thank you, sir. So make sure you guys go back and follow all of our social medias and the YouTube page and all that, where I'm sure the full interview will be up there, and listen to the 3 on 5 with Brian Higgins, as I'm sure he will have much more of this. But I tried to get a couple just, like few minutes here for you, because I know that this area's favorite thing in the world is hearing about Syracuse. So that's fun. And from Jim Boeheim, who also has the best middle name in the world, James Arthur Boeheim. But he joined Orange Nation sporadically today, so let's hear a little tiny little chunk of that. So just sit back, relax, and you listen to Coach. You listen to everything he has to say.
Well, it's been so long since I've talked to you. I kind of miss you. Not Paulie, but I do miss you. And
promo forever.
Get on the airwaves, practice my voice for my first game this weekend. It's early, and they have a schedule that I think. Obviously, Maryland coming up is really a tough game, but the league is, as everybody has seen, is down. And everybody keeps talking about the league being down. Nobody tells us why. Why is the league down? Why is the SEC so good? They pay.
I was going to say NIL, right? Yeah.
It's all it is. It's very simple. Sometimes it doesn't work. Florida State football this year, they paid the same thing they paid last year.
Ouch.
But the team didn't come together. Whatever happened didn't work, and they won 3 games. So paying isn't necessarily going to make you a winning program, but certainly I think it's hard to win without having a very strong NIL program. I think ours is getting better, but I think it has to get better, Coach, going forward.
Even before NIL, we saw this shift in maybe that people were thinking the ACC was down. And before NIL, and now that there's conference expansion and realignment, is the ACC put more priority in football also from the school programs? No?
No. I mean, some football programs are really struggling in the league as well. I mean, overall, the SEC and the Big Ten, I think the Big 12 spend more money in NIL. There's bigger NIL. It's hard to see it because there's not a lot of transparency, but it's pretty obvious. Michigan gets a quarterback $12 million. I mean, it's well known Ohio State spent $20 million or more on football this year. Those are things that are pretty well known. But let's face it, you have to have a big NIL program. It can be done a little bit without it, but it is very, very hard, and you got to be a little lucky if you don't have a good NIL program. I think when the court case gets settled, and if schools can spend the $20 million, there'll still be collectives that are going to spend more money. But if you have the $20 million to spend on your programs, I think you can be very competitive, and I hope that's what happens. That could happen this spring, this summer, and be in place for next year. But you have to have NIL. I mean, it's really simple. It doesn't guarantee success, but Coach Brown did an unbelievable job here. But he spent a lot more money than they've spent here in football. But he did a heck of a job coaching as well, and his recruiting contacts were huge, and obviously his ties from high school to the quarterback. I mean, why did we win 9 football games? I think we had the best passing quarterback in the country. I mean, we may have the best quarterback in the country. I don't care about. I mean, yeah, Cam Ward's good. The guy at Oregon's good. This kid. I mean, Kyle McCord. I wouldn't take either one of those quarterbacks over him. I mean, he had an amazing year and amazing coaching job. The offensive coordinator, the defensive coordinator, the whole thing. They did a fantastic job, and they were really close to going 11-1. I mean, you can always say that they probably won a couple. They might have lost 2, but they had a shot. Yeah. And Coach Brown is not happy at 9-3. And I mean, if I was coach, I'd be happy. but he wants better, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Coach Autry wants better, but you have to spend money in the NIL, and you can't have a guy like JJ get hurt like that. I mean, that's just. I don't think if Cooper Flag went down at Duke, they would have some problems. Sure. They would have some real problems. Hunter Dickinson went down at Kansas, real problems. I mean, you just can't lose your best player like that. It's just, especially when you're, obviously you're thin. You don't have a lot of guys coming back. And, Chris, there's no explanation for Chris Bell. I mean, he's been a good shooter all his life, and he can't hit. When he missed the 3 free throws in a row a couple games ago, or I might have been Notre Dame, I'm not sure. I mean, I'm just like shaking my head. What the heck? This has got nothing to do with coaching. I mean, you got to be able to put the ball in the basket, and it's hard. Donnie Freeman plays great. Everybody lets him into the whole game, but he's a freshman. He makes freshman defensive mistakes. And same with Elijah. Elijah Moore's really good, but he makes some really bad defensive mistakes. And, you try to balance that out and get your, it's hard to coach when you're trying to play a guy for defense, and you need an offensive guy too. It just is very difficult when you're in that situation. And I think coaches and Adrian are doing a great job. I always say, don't give up yet. It's like we played 10 games. Let's wait a little while. All right.
Yeah. So that was Coach Boeheim unexpectedly calling in to Orange Nation earlier. It was one of my favorite moments of the week so far, as walking through the hallways, as I said, just having Jordan out there being like, Boeheim's on the phone. And usually that sends kind of some tingles up people's spines because he's usually calling in to yell at somebody, but it wasn't us. It was more of the fans telling everybody to hold your horses. So you can get that back, like I said, all the places where the Q Sports Talk stuff is, the Instagrams, Facebook, Paulie's OnlyFans, that type of stuff. Some college basketball tonight. If you're looking to watch some college hoops now that you got the juices flowing with Jim and Syracuse calling in, there's a game right now, Drexel and Howard. Feel free to, if you're checking in on me while you're getting, your Drexel Howard updates. Oh, at 3:30. Sorry, you're pre-gaming for Drexel Howard. I don't know why the hell that game's on now. There was also a game at 1 o'clock. Anyway, number 1 Tennessee is in action tonight. Duke is also in action. You've got Ole Miss, Michigan State, Dayton, and Clemson all having games. And the big one, ESPN tonight, North Carolina and number 7, Florida. North Carolina not ranked? Oh, but that'll be on ESPN. That'll probably be a good game. Also, if you're looking to scout some action, Maryland's got a tough battle against St. Francis of Pennsylvania. I think that's what PA stands for. That's 7:30 in the Big Ten Network if you want to do a little scout. And if you're a big UCLA fan like me, 9:30 right after that game, probably UCLA going to be there. They are, what's that? All ranked number 18? No big deal. So that was fun earlier. Like I said, Jim from Syracuse calling in. We love it. And how about we come back and sports around some, shall we? We've got some Monday night football games last night, a little double-header action. We'll recap that when we come back on the Sports Show. Cody Mack, that's me. ESPN Radio 97.7, 100.1. Let's see. It's that one. Oh, my God. There you go. That's what you guys were hoping for. I hope I get to the NFL or the NBA stuff. BRB! You're back, you're back.
Wall Street, Albany, New York. Prior results do not guarantee future outcomes. Impressive from all angles. The exterior of the BMW X3 xDrive 30 exudes presence and power. Expansive surfaces and dramatic curves combine to form its monolithic proportions. From the formidable front end to the imposing rear. Lease an all-new 2025 BMW X3 xDrive 30 at Burdick BMW for only $679 per month for 36 months with $53.49 due at signing. Cash down includes $37.75 down payment, $679 first month's payment, $925 acquisition fee, and $0 security deposit. Not all customers qualify for security deposit waiver. Tax, title, license, registration, and dealer fees or additional fees due at signing. MSRP $54,175, 10,000 miles per year, 25 cents per mile thereafter. Lessee responsible for excess wear and tear. For qualified lessees through BMW Financial Services with a minimum credit score of 700. Offer valid through January 2nd, 2025. Burdick BMW, your performance and luxury headquarters. At Drivers Village in
Don't mind me,
Cicero.
Chad. Just walk into the room. Leave me alone. Don't mind this. Picking up this large sign. Walking out of the room with this large sign.
Oh, look at that. Oh.
Joy and happiness. Visit any area Wegmans for all your holiday shopping needs. At Wegmans, every day you get our best.
In 1911, the Perone and Son
What are we battling about today, Gavendo? I don't know. I got the Monday Night Football stuff on the way here. We'll go over my NFL picks after that. Some NBA stuff, I guess. Baseball free agency. Not much on Tuesday. Tuesdays are hard. Going to Vegas. I like your name, though. Going to Vegas. No, I've got opinions on things, but... Oh, that's gorgeous, Paul. I was going to say, so walking in with Wonderland. We probably should do the next time they do the secret, or the, what's the Santa... Can we do the David Bowie Mick Jagger thing instead? The dancing in the streets or whatever the hell's the name of that? Oh, where they do sex to each other? Oh, I mean, that too. That too. Oh, that's funny. Oh, Paul. ChocolatePizza.com. You guys hearing this? Oh,
You're right. ChocolatePizza.com is easy. My company uses chocolate pizza.
it's easy. You know what I like? Guys, this is my favorite. Ready?
I'm a peanut butter wings girl myself. Those crisp, rippled potato chips covered in creamy peanut butter and drenched in the best chocolate I've ever had are my...
Oh, my God. They're so good. My God. I like the peanut butter wings thing. Oh, geez. We're back. Oh, my God. They're so good.
This is the Sports Show with Cody Mack.
I fly like paper, get high like planes. If you catch me at the border, I got visas in my name. If you come around here, I'll make them all day. I get one down in a second if you wait. I fly like paper, get high like planes. If you catch me at the border, I got visas in my name. If you come around here, I'll make them all day. I get one down in a second if you wait.
Hello.
Sometimes I think sitting on trains. Every
Sports Show, Cody Mack. This guy, that's my name, 315-437-7644. That's the telephone. Feel free to holla, as the kids say. Call up after 9, though, because after 9, it's free. Now, you kids have no idea what we're even talking about with that. After 9, it's free. Get out of here. But, yeah, we can talk about whatever we want. Again, Jim from Syracuse called into Orange Nation. He had some comments on Syracuse basketball, Syracuse football. It was a good call. It might have been the best caller that Orange Nation has ever had, ever. I don't know. But big old thanks to dvoffers.com, powered by Drivers Village in Cicero, or else again, we wouldn't be here. You know where you should be tonight is over at Wegmans Lights on the Lake, because it's a special night, and it's also only $10 because it's a Tuesday, and it's a Taco Tuesday. Thanks to Taco Bell, you roll on up. Here's the move, okay? Here's what's up. Single guy, you're just hanging out, single gal, whatever, or just like one or two people. Make sure your car is real, real dark. You roll up, you scan your code, and you go, yeah, guys, quiet down, okay? And then you get up, and then you go, oh, wait, what's that? Oh, now you guys do want taco coupons, because they'll just hand you a free taco coupon. But what they don't know is that you don't really have 5 people in your back seat. I didn't say that, and you didn't hear that from me, but it's just a hack that if you're scummy enough, take advantage of. No, I've never done that, but they will give you, seriously, a free taco coupon. And I've definitely gotten those, and they're awesome. However, what Taco Bell usually will do is they're really not going to reject if you hand them like 2 or 3. If you're like, I got 2 or 3. Can you swip these up? Don't make me go through the drive-thru 3 times. Usually they'll do it. But head on over there. Wegmans Lights on the Lake, presented by Upstate Honda Dealers and Upstate Golisano Children's Hospital. Let's move on to some other sports, shall we? Over at QSportsTalk.com. Those guys are all hanging out, too. They're moving on to other sports. If you're in there, I like hanging out with you guys. We were talking some different holiday treats, and the chocolate covered peanut butter filled potato chips from a local company that might make chocolate pizzas. Oh my God, they're so good. Oh my God. Super Salad Scott here gave me a box of them already. They're almost gone. It's not even Christmas. I was gonna save them for Christmas, and I couldn't even do that. Oh geez. Okie dokie. Let's do this, shall we? How's about we talk some Monday Night Football as a Week 15 wrapped up, and 2 very all right mediocre Monday Night Football games. Again, if you got fantasy sports, there you go. Burp on air, Cody. Super professional broadcast, top notch. If you had fantasy sport implications last night, then both games were very meaningful. As I was hoping that Jordan Addison for the Vikings would have roughly 6 touchdowns. I think that would have won me the game. 100 some odd yards receiving, give or take. Did not happen. Did not break the record for most receiving touchdowns in a game. Falcons-Raiders didn't have any records anywhere broken other than just the hearts of the fans watching and Kirk Cousins fans, as he had another game mediocre against a Raiders team that is just terrible. He had, I think, like 117 yards passing, another interception. They won randomly. The Falcons, they beat the Raiders, as the Raiders know the correct way to tank. Damn it. But here's some highlights. We'll get this over with quick because it's short and painful. But then after, is it time to move on from Kirk Cousins? Raheem Morris, the coach, answers that question.
Out in Vegas is where the race for the NFC South had its eyeballs. The Buccaneers have grabbed the lead over Atlanta as the Falcons have struggled coming into this gotta-have-it game against a team who, let's be honest, is just...
I didn't need this to play this, but I just like the music.
As a result of their poor performance this season. Speaking of poor performances, Kirk Cousins has been on the struggle bus. 8 picks, no touchdowns during the losing streak. Double moves work every time. That's a little inside joke, but you see it works there as Cousins has his first touchdown pass since week 9 at home against Dallas. Feels like a lifetime ago. It's Drake London on the receiving end. It's a 7-3 game, and Desmond Ridder and the Raiders are backed up. Alexander Madison is stuffed before he can get out of the end zone. Atlanta celebrating the safety. It's 9-3. It's a 15-3 game late. And Amir Abdullah from Ritter slides out of a tackle. 15-9 was the score. Extra point block, significant to some. Raiders get the football back. They took a Hail Mary attempt to the left and another one to the right. And that is grabbed by Atlanta. They hang on to the pick, and they hang on to the win.
I love how exciting Scott Van Pelt can make a 15-9 Falcons victory.
Moving forward, what is the story with that?
He's got to play better. And, obviously you got to go back, you got to be able to look at everything. But, he wants to play better. He's got to play better. We got to find a way to get him to play better. And obviously we'll get to work tomorrow, and that's a part of our process, right? You go, you look at the tape, you review it with the people that needs to be reviewed with. We get all the coordinators in the room. We'll talk with everybody. And we got to play better at the quarterback position.
So part B to that, if he can't, are you prepared to replace him with Michael Penix?
We got everybody in our roster for a reason, right? We got so much to get better at, and those things will always be discussed. That's just the nature of the beast in football. It's just so heavily talked about it at the quarterback position because there's only one guy out there. So for us, man, our mentality is to find a way to win the next game. That's just the mentality that we're going to have.
There's a little bit, I'm not big on the emojis, and I wouldn't do a big eye emoji there, but I would say that he's honestly answering that question in a different way and saying, look, Cousins has got to be better.
But what's weird is that, and they also say that if Michael Penix was ready, that maybe he would have go in. But I get why you can't bench Cousins. They paid him all that money. They're trying to be like, oh, my God, we just spent so much money on a guy that we thought was going to bring us a Super Bowl. I think I would have picked Atlanta to go to the Super Bowl this year. But if Michael Penix wasn't ready, why did you draft him? I wouldn't draft a quarterback. He's definitely not ready. I mean, a lot of rookies aren't ready to play yet, but if you knew flat out he wasn't ready and he wasn't going to be ready into the season, I don't know. Very interesting as the Falcons hang on to the victory as the offensive battle between the Falcons and the Raiders happened. And then you have the Minnesota Vikings and the Chicago Bears, which was much better. It was a much better game. Even though it wasn't closer, it was still, at least there was offense in this game. Not so much by the Bears, as they only managed to get 12 points, and all of those in the second half, as the first half, the Vikings shut them out. But, you had Caleb Williams, 191 yards, touchdown, no picks. Not bad. The run game, not exactly what the Bears would hope for. They still had 79 yards from DeAndre Swift, who the Eagles looked real smart letting him go, don't they? Lucky bastards, Romaduzzi, and lucky myself that I didn't have him in fantasy football this week. And even though I was on a bye week, that doesn't matter. He only had 39 yards. Keenan Allen, 82 yards and a tutty. Sam Darnold looking pretty good again. 230 yards, touchdown. He did throw a pick. Aaron Jones kind of leading the way for the Vikings with 86 yards. Jordan Addison, like I said, he needed 6 touchdowns and 100-something yards for me. He had 63 yards and no touchdowns. So the exact opposite. Justin Jefferson with 73 yards and a touchdown. Here is said touchdown where he shouts out Randy Moss, who is going through an illness battle right now.
Limiting the touchdowns of Minnesota. This will be key again tonight. Play action from Darnold. End zone. Touchdown Jefferson. It's hard play.
We love you, Randy, is what he says there. You can't really hear it so much, but he says, we love you, Randy. And we all are huge Randy Moss fans. My favorite receiver of all time, absolutely Randy Johnson. This is Jefferson after the game talking about that.
Yeah, I mean, every game is a plan to get in the end zone. I definitely wanted to, give a tribute to him on one of my touchdowns. It was just great to have it done in the first quarter, in the first one. So definitely got to show that love to him. Grateful for what he has done for this game and what he has done for me as a kid. Just watching him and being a fan of him, always got to show love towards him. Yeah, I texted him and wished him the best of luck, and I was happy to see that he came out and said he had beat cancer and everything. And but I always will have him in my prayers, and the effect that he has on people, just not just me, but just the whole world is outstanding.
Yeah, so prayers up to Randy Moss, my favorite wide receiver of all time. How's about this? We'll come back, get you the rest of the Monday Night Football wrap-up and some more NFL news, including what you've all been waiting for forever, Dallas Cowboy news. My God. Haha. Not Paulie. Yeah, let's do that. Oh, it's stickers. NFL. I don't think we are going to get to NBA and stuff that I wanted. Oh, my goodness. Oh, a little burp. I'll blow my nose. What do I got? Saturday's a noon game for Maryland? Okay. Ow, you fucker. Is Saturday in the Dome? Or no? Saturday's not a home game, right? I gotta go all the way to Maryland. Oh, my God. I gotta drive to the Sunshine State. I'm just kidding. I know it's not Sunshine State. Let's see. We did that already. Oh, yeah, we can go over those. It's in Brooklyn. Oh, no, I did know that. I did know that. I'll tell you, Govendo, what I told the boss. I never claimed to be a sports guy. I was asked to do a sports show. Apparently, that's my charm. But no, I did know that. I did know that it was in Brooklyn. It's not in Maryland. Paul, you can go to Maryland for it, though. I did know it was in Brooklyn. I did know that. Oh, man, that's funny. That's funny. Why is it at the Barclays Center? What? Oh, man, I don't know anything about anything. Oh. Oh, man. We can always do the free agent stuff tomorrow, too, though. That'll work out well. I'd rather do that. Big Mers, I didn't draw your name yet. Sorry. Am I supposed to? Do I got to draw your name, Big Mers? All right, I'll see what I can do. Oh, I didn't think I was supposed to go
Just like a hearse, you die to get in again. We are so far from
me. Hello. ESPN Radio 97.7 and 100.1. If you feel so inclined, you can call the phone number that I'm going to give you after this. Oh, my God. If you don't like that, you're crazy. But again, feel like calling in 315-437-7644. That is how you can do so, and you can chat about the things. Someone can probably explain to me Syracuse basketball as I guess they're being a little better as you watching and the breaks. It's almost like a whole different show on QSportsTalk.com. As I thought the basketball game was in. First, I asked if it was in the Dome. Then I thought Paulie was driving to Maryland. And then I don't know why it's in the Barclays Center. I know so much about Syracuse sports. Shocking. I am a Syracuse football season ticket holder. Damn it. I'm gonna renew those real quick though. I'm gonna get that going. You gotta get going to Wegmans Lights on the Lake. That's a good night tonight. Taco night. And no, it's not something. Never mind. Don't make a mom joke. Different crowd. They'll give you a free ticket for a free Taco Bell taco, and those are delicious. So head on over to Wegmans Lights on the Lake tonight. They also have the whole Lights on the Lake display, which will get you in the holiday spirit. If you're a Grumpy McGrumperson or a Grinchy McGrincherson, you can get over there, and that'll cheer your asses up as they've got all sorts of fun displays. They got animals that are lit up doing front flips over your car. It's wild. So get over there. Wegmans Lights on the Lake. Presented by Upstate Honda Dealers and Upstate Golisano Children's Hospital. Now, how's about we finish wrapping up some Monday Night Football talk as you had the Falcons whooping up on the Raiders. We talked about that, and then before we went to break, talking about Vikings and the Bears, as the Vikings looking real good these last couple of weeks. Ever since they lost to the Lions, who have sort of turned a different type of corner, the Vikings have looked just absolutely phenomenal, and they picked up the victory last night, the Vikings over the Bears. Kevin O'Connell in the post-game speech as gets you all sorts of fired up, even though I think he has the same name as the guy that was in Entourage, and that throws me for a loop most times.
First and foremost, we did exactly what we wanted to do coming back home. We continue to protect our home field. We will continue to fight to play as many games in this building as we possibly can. There's a lot of great football out in front of us, but give it up for yourselves one time. 12 wins in the National Football League.
Just one time. Just like the Fuji said, one time.
All right, gonna hit some guys on the defense. Defense, I thought you guys played fantastic tonight. All right, made this game feel a little bit differently with how you guys played. But one guy on offense I want to highlight. And I love the fact that he's on our team, and I love the fact as we go down the stretch, we got this guy on our football team. All right, 106 all-purpose yards, 50th career rushing touchdown tonight, Mr. Aaron Jones.
I love Lamp.
2 of 15 on 3rd and 4th down. That's what you held him to. All right, 2 of 15. All right, this guy continues to show up. 6 tackles, a sack, and a forced fumble. His 11th sack of the season, Mr. Jonathan Bernard.
I thought we were only giving up one time.
All right, but we got to go earn everything that's out in front of us right now. And we are gifted absolutely nothing. We're going to have to grind, going on the road for 2 out of our last 3, including a short week this week. Can we be a championship team? All right, when it's not ideal terms, I believe we can. We've proved it already. All right, a lot of championship football out in front of this team, but we got to go earn it. All right, because I love watching you guys win football games. Make sure you guys enjoy this. Enjoy every second of this journey, because it's special, and where we're going is special. Love you guys, man. Love you. Absolutely.
I love you, dude. I love you, dude. I love you, too. And I can't wait to root for them, and it's going to be awesome when they're in the playoffs and they blow out the Lions or something crazy, and they get all excited, and I'm like, they're going to beat the Eagles. I'm not going to have to watch the Eagles in the Super Bowl until I have to watch the Eagles in the Super Bowl. But, but that was Monday Night Football as we're moving on here. And Stephen A. Smith and Shannon Sharp talking about Sam Darnold as Is he coming back, you think? They got J.J. McCarthy, and you got the QB guru that kind of gets what he gets out of a guy and is like, okay, cool, I'm going to move on just a little bit. He had Kirk Cousins and was like, I'm good, and now he sees what he's doing with Sam Darnold, and I don't know if they want to pay somebody like a Sam Darnold, but a very interesting offseason coming up, and we're not even to the playoffs.
You say you have to wait for the playoffs, but what about for this? Do you feel like he should be their future franchise quarterback? Obviously, we know they drafted one.
I think so because of Kevin O'Connell, because of him. I'm not saying it because of Sam Darnold. Please don't get me wrong. Let's not misconstrue. It's not him. The resume ain't thick enough, all right? Ain't valid enough for me to look at him. But if we look at a guy and we say that guy has that kind of impact on that quarterback, then we have to take that into consideration. We didn't know anything about Brock Purdy. We understand when we see Brock Purdy, you will lament about it. You're like, listen, this is no Joe Burrow. There's no Patrick Mahomes or somebody. But damn it, he was in that Super Bowl. Wasn't looking too bad either.
Oh, he didn't want to. He didn't want to say damn.
Coach. So if the coach has that kind of impact on a quarterback, and that's what we're crediting O'Connell to, he's not going anywhere. If he's not going anywhere, and he believes in Sam Darnold, why shouldn't we?
I think the thing is that people believe, many that see them in mini camps and saw them in training camps before J.J. McCarthy got hurt, thought J.J. McCarthy looked really, really well. And so if you believe Kevin O'Connell is what you said he is, why can't he do that for J.J. McCarthy? Because we saw what he did for First Cousins. Okay. So if you believe everything is true,
right?
You saw what Cousins did, parlayed that into a big
Hold on. Did he call him First Cousins? Hold on. We're going back. I didn't catch that. Hold on. One second.
Because we saw what he did for First Cousins.
Yeah, he did.
Because we saw what he did for First Cousins.
Okay.
So if you believe everything is
true. Now I'm not going to take anything you say seriously from here on out.
Parlayed that into a big-time contract in Atlanta. You see what he's doing for Sam Darnold. Why couldn't he do that for
Well, that's a good question. Here's my answer to that. The Seattle Seahawks years ago had Matt Flynn. They went out and they gave the brother $12 million. It was a lot. It was a lot at that time. It was a lot at that time, right? And so they gave him $12 million, but they drafted Russell Wilson in the third round. He saw Russell Wilson at training camp, and they say he's our guy.
Right.
It's plausible that you may have drafted J.J. McCarthy. If it was the reverse to Seattle, of course. You may have drafted J.J. McCarthy, not thinking you was going to see this from Sam Darnold. But now that you've seen Sam Darnold, you're like, well, wait a minute now. I don't know. We might have to hold off on J.J. McCarthy with what we're seeing from this brother.
Now, the question is, what's the number that you're going to get to make Sam Darnold? Now, somebody might blow him away and give him $40 million.
Oh, God, no, Cowboys. Oh, God, sorry, I just had Cowboys flashbacks with overpaying a quarterback. I had to stop it right there. Goodness gracious. But, yeah, I don't know with that. Because, I mean, you can take a flyer on a unproven rookie quarterback that didn't even play his rookie year, coming back from an injury, man. That's a rough one. But we'll have to see as we'll get going through the rest of this NFL season and through the end of it, I guess. All right, some more NFL news here as you had the 49ers linebacker Devondre Campbell leave the game. I don't know if anybody saw that over the weekend. We talked about it a little bit. But the Niners with a very smart move in case he wanted to go and play for somebody else. They were like, no, you're just going to be suspended for the rest of the year. You're not going to somehow have us cut you, and then you go to what? A Super Bowl team? No.
Breaking news into First Take. The San Francisco 49ers plan to suspend linebacker Devondre Campbell 3 games for refusing to enter Thursday night's game against the Los Angeles Rams. Sources confirmed to ESPN today. Shannon, what are your thoughts on this, first of all?
Well, what they're trying to do, because he's a vested player, if we release him, he still get the rest of the remaining 3 games of his game check. Now, we not finna reward. My grandfather say, boy, you never reward negative behavior. A kid throws a tantrum. The last thing I'm going to do is buy you a candy, a toy, or give you ice cream. I'm going to snatch you up. So what he did in that situation right there, I'm going to show you. Hey,
I haven't heard you on this.
We do not reward negative behavior. What he did was wrong. Because people say, you don't know what he was going through. I just want to know one thing. When did he start going through it? Was it before the game or was it during the game? Because I want to know what phone call that he got that all of a sudden it was something going on that caused him to react in the way that he reacted. What he had a problem with was Dre Greenlaw coming back and getting his minutes. And he was like, he was fine. And then what exacerbated the situation, Stephen A., Greenlaw gets nicked. They need him to go in. Now all of a sudden I don't feel like it.
Oh, and that's a smart move by the Niners. No. Just go home. We're going to suspend you and figure out later. No, they'll wait till the season's over, and then they'll cut his ass. That was awesome, though. Yeah, repercussions, man. You don't want to go in after someone way better than you has come back from injury? Sorry. All right, let's take one more break, come back. Let's see, either NBA news about the Emirates Cup tonight or Dallas Cowboy stuff from Jerry Jones. No, stay here. Where are you guys going? What else here? Right, him's getting in trouble. Oh. Just for me.
Cody Mack.
Ooh. Doing big stretch. When is that game on? Is it noon? This will be a good game. There's some good college football games on this weekend, guys. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Nothing crazy, Kev. Nothing crazy. I don't know if I'll have time. Let me see here. No, I could do the Cowboy stuff. You know, should I do the Cowboys? I do the Cowboys. Well, maybe save that for tomorrow. Maybe I'll save it for tomorrow. Other NFL stuff. Nope, he didn't. Not at all. Oh, teaser. Yep. Oh, I didn't go over these real quick. Oh, let's do this real fast. My NFL picks that I did. 30 seconds. Here we go. Rams, victory. Chiefs, Cleveland. I took Cleveland. Loss. Cincinnati, win. Washington, win. Baltimore, win. Dallas, win. Jets, win. Houston, win. Denver, win. I took Detroit. That's a loss. You guys like that. I took Philadelphia, win. Arizona, win. Tampa Bay, win. Green Bay, win. Minnesota, win. Atlanta, win. Awesome.
This is the Sports Show with Cody Mack.
Hello. Here we are. Make sure you guys are writing down that phone number if you need to get ready for the 315 with Brian Higgins. He is on the way in just a little while. 315-437-7644 as we're hanging out here in the last few minutes of the Sports Show with Cody Mack. Me. Hi. We're over at QSportsTalk.com. We were talking about my NFL picks as we got done wrapping up some NFL talk today, and it turns out I went 14-2 week 15. So again, if you just want to pick strictly off of my wins and losses, you're going to win some money. I ain't no professional, and there ain't no way in hell I'm guaranteeing that, so good luck if you want to try. But, I mean, it's pretty good if I don't say so myself. You know, speaking of gambling, you know, I'm going to put a bunch of money on tonight is the NBA Cup, the Emirates Cup, which is weird because that's a soccer thing and it confuses me very much. But that's going to be a baller game. Giannis Antetokounmpo, Chris Middleton, Dame Lillard, and the Bucks going to be taking on OKC and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and the boys. And that should be one hell of a game as OKC looks real good this year, man. They're out to a 20-5 record, and this game tonight should be pretty good, and it's kind of saving the Bucks season, if you will. A little quick preview.
The Emirates NBA Cup, right?
If you're looking to watch the game tonight, you are.
Thunder. These are two teams that sport MVP caliber players on their roster. Should be a good one.
It should, and you know, I think for both teams it's important also because if you think about it from the Bucks' perspective, playing the best basketball of the year, they've won 8 out of their last 10. It seems like Dame and Giannis have kind of figured it out, and that supporting cast is starting to show some life as well. So that's been impressive. And OKC just a continuation of what we saw last season, right? The real question is going to be, will they have the experience, and can this help them, Sam, with that experience when you start talking about the postseason?
Well, I think they gained a lot of experience last year. I really do in the playoffs. I think they're prepared for this year. If you look out, normally a team that finished the way they did last year in first place and then had a disappointment in the playoffs kind of start the season rocket. They picked off where they left off last year because they understood the mistakes they made last year. And they're not going to make those same mistakes this year. This team is ready. I think we keep thinking this team a year or two away from being a championship team. No, they're ready right now. They got all the components. They got togetherness. They got a superstar in Shea. They got coaching. And they have depth. And everybody on this team know their role. I love what Milwaukee's doing. They finally started playing like the championship.
Just tuning in, trying to get you excited for the NBA Emirates Cup as we're getting ready for NBA season, as I wish it started at Christmas time.
Franz and without Banchero. And Doc Rivers thinking, we are really struggling to beat this team without two guys getting 50, 20 rebounds and everything else they bring to the table. So I think this is more important for the Bucks. I think OKC knows who they are. They understand that they're a championship caliber team. I think Milwaukee's trying to prove to themselves that they're a championship team with Giannis and Dame because Doc understands that window is closing. That window's only this year and next year for the Milwaukee Bucks. If they don't get it done soon, I think that window's going to be shut. But if you look at OKC, I think they really feel like they're good enough to win it this year. And they know their window is still open. But I think this Cup championship would mean more for the Bucks. I think OKC's going to win it. But I think the Bucks need it more.
And now I say the Bucks because you said OKC. No, I don't know. Again, NBA, you need to start your season at Christmas time. I like that you're throwing this here or there at us. You're like, oh, no, check this out. You love when you've got a mid-beginning of the season tournament. Look how much you like it for college basketball. It's much different. They're trying, though. That game will be fun tonight. The court will be a fun color, so that'll be visually stimulatingly pleasing. I consider myself visually stimulatingly pleasing. Speaking of someone else that falls under that category, the 3-5 with Brian Higgins is up next. Sure, he's got some more Boeheim stuff for you. As Jim in Syracuse called into Orange Nation earlier, that's basically the highlight of our day. The highlight of my day is talking to you guys. Oh. All right, we'll be back tomorrow where we'll sports around a little bit here and there. It's a sports show with Cody Mack. ESPN Radio 97.7 and 100.
Is Orange Nation.
Boeheim on the phone with us. Coach, great to hear from you. How are things?
It's been so long since I've talked to you. I kind of miss you. Not Paulie, but I do miss you and thought it was time to get back on the airwaves. Obviously, Maryland coming up is really a tough game, but the league is down.